The National Association of Zoos and Aquariums has launched a first-of-its-kind pilot program called the Wildlife Confiscations Network. The network helps law enforcement agencies that are investigating illegal wildlife smuggling. Basically, a network of zoos, sanctuaries, aquariums, and museums across the country have been chosen to provide care and homes for smuggled and confiscated animals. Only 24 zoos across the country were chosen for this program, and in Illinois, the only member zoo is right here in our backyard at Niabi. Joining us now to break this all down for us is Tammy Schmidt, Niabi's Assistant Director. Tammy, thank you so much for joining us today. Tammy, I'm having a little bit of an issue.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No worries. There you go. Well, how big of a problem is wildlife trafficking?
Sadly, it's huge. It's more than a problem. It rates the word crisis. It rates the word tragedy. It is a daily occurrence through the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. We learned of this program from the Southern California Regional District, who have thousands of animals walking through their borders at the port, and it is tragic. Between 2015 and 2019 alone, almost 49,000 animals have been confiscated from all different genre and species. So once we learned about it, and once we heard that every size zoo or facility, large or small, could apply and learn more about it, we jumped right on it. We have a wealth of knowledge here and expertise and resources and space when we can, and we jump right in, and they started considering our application.
So how will this pilot program help animals that are illegally smuggled?
I mean, it's become a business that is 24/7, 365. The World Wide Web has created a global marketplace, a trade just behind drugs and human trafficking. And for us and other facilities, our partners, our fellow participants, we're gathering together, we're sharing knowledge, we're creating spaces. We are creating temporary homes that will eventually or ultimately turn into a forever home. And it then behooves us to talk about what's happening in our world, what our climate is going through, what is happening to whole families of animals and individual species. And we can share that with our zoo fans and our supporters as they come through the gates. We can talk about this and try to mitigate it as best we can together.
What does it say about Niabi that you're selected alongside zoos that are a whole lot bigger? I mean, San Diego and Los Angeles are on this list.
Yeah, I mean, it means to us, it's an honor, and we're humbled that we were selected through this really thorough and challenging application to fill out, and we were vetted by fellow professionals. It's an honor, but it tells us and me that we are on the right track of what we're doing here within our borders of our zoo in our state, supported by the United States Department of Agriculture, our accrediting body, and our fellow colleagues around the country. We work with every size zoo in the United States and Europe and Canada. We've worked really hard in the last 8 years to do everything we can within our being and every fiber of our being to make sure that we are creating the best animal welfare, wellness, and care for our animals, and we want to extend that to wildlife. So it's an honor, but it's all hands on deck. It takes the village truly, no matter what size we are, as long as we're committed and we're focused and we can create homes for animals that need it, whether they come from California, Boston, or our own state of Illinois. We're going to be there when the call comes out if we can provide the space and the resources.
Tammy, we've only got a few seconds left, so just briefly, what does this mean for visitors to Niabi? I mean, could they potentially see some of these impacted animals?
There is chances that they could see, and they actually have seen. They probably just didn't know. Most recently, what actually catalyzed our partnership and participation in this program was that we were called upon to potentially give homes to little itty bitty baby Ibera or Greek tortoises, 6 of them that needed a home that were confiscated out of California. And we were able to bring them in, put them through our typical quarantine like we do any animal that's intentional that's coming here. We put them through quarantine, and they're now able to be visited and viewed over at our reptile house. We've also participated in a fennec fox, one of our past mama fennec foxes. We've had 15 born over the last 4 years, and she was one of our mamas. So some will be seen. Some, however, will be part of a larger case. United States USFWS law enforcement. There's a case, there's a process that goes through, there's a chain of custody. They are living evidence of a crime. And so in some cases, if we bring an animal in, they will be behind the scenes in quarantine areas or some of our off habitat areas for privacy and a chance for whatever's happening with their case to be settled. And then after that, we will shout it from the rooftops that we have survivors, that we have animals that have been through a long journey, sometimes very dangerous, overcrowded, stressed, scary. And we've brought them through that into a stable, well-nourished, holistic care approach, and hopefully they will then get to settle into a forever home.
Tammy, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
If you guys at home want to share this story or read more about the conservation program, we do have an article up on our website. Just click on the As Seen on TV tab.